I can give my own advice. It's like there are some days where it's frustrating when you think you've done really good work, but it doesn't work out. But I guess just keep trying, and until, like I said, you get that first break and celebrate your small wins.
So, hello everyone, welcome to another case study of ICEx. And in this case study, we have Aditya Maru, who is a business owner of a wildlife company and was able to achieve around 11 lakhs revenue in the last 6 months. Let's understand their secret on how they were able to do so you can also replicate their system. So, hello Aditya, let's start.
Hi.
Can you share
Yeah,
something
thank you
about
for
it?
having me.
Yeah. Who are you? What you do and your background?
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Aditya Maru. I am a wildlife photographer and I own my wildlife travel company. And we also have a section of exclusive merchandise products, all revolving around the theme of wildlife. And profits from both our safari expeditions and wildlife merchandise sales, parts of our profits go back into conservation projects. So that's who I am. My background: I did my bachelor's from Sri Aurobindo International Center of Education from Pondicherry, and after that, I've done a bunch of internships traveling around the country, knowing more about wildlife conservation, society, etc. Then I also worked in a corporate in Bangalore, and then I went to South Africa for a couple of months, where I trained as a photojournalist and a wildlife filmmaker. And then I came back and started my own company. So that's my background.
Great, great, great. So, what was your why behind your business?
My why behind the business is one, uh, in the wildlife travel sector, I was seeing more and more people are doing luxury tours and photo centric tours. And there are very few courses on wildlife studies. But if someone doesn't have the time or the means to do a 21 night or a 1 month course, which are available, but still wants to learn about wildlife, there was no option, or at least I'm not aware of any option. So I thought that for such people, because when I started off as a tourist, there were things I liked about wildlife, and there were lapses that I faced myself. So just to fill those, I thought I'll start my own company where I take people out on private tours, where I am basically the private naturalist. And I between safari we have a lot of time, so we discuss things and we give a larger understanding of not just the tiger or the leopard, but the entire ecosystem, and we specialize in educational travel.
Wow,
That's our differentiation.
great. So, what was your life and working before you joined ICE?
So before I joined ICE, I had interned in multiple places with an NGO, with an MNC, not MNC, sorry, with a corporate, and then I was freelancing with an MNC. I had a work from home job in the ed tech department. It's a boring job, but paid the bills. But it was not something I was passionate about. But I did it to fund my startup. I bootstrapped my startup for whatever merchandise, a website, other things. And then I was looking at getting a system to land clients, etc. So my life before ICEx was more trial and error and hoping something works out without really following a system or having a process.
Great. So, what was your first
And ICEx gave me
impression?
also.
What was your first impression about
For,
internet coaching empire, and how did you find? Give this. Yeah. So, what was your first impression about internet coaching empire, and how did you find about Himanshu?
okay, so I saw Himanshu on first time on the podcast with Beer Biceps, Ranveer Alabadia,
Okay.
and yeah, and then I didn't see his ads or anything, but then I saw him interacting with other people whom I speak with, who are also doing something like business or freelance or whoever I thought was interested in it. And then KGMM, actually one of my friends and my partners who's also helping me in the startup, uh, she signed up for that event, 3 day event, and you were allowed to bring a guest. So she said, "Hey, look, man, I did this. I want to learn more about AI. So there's this 3 day event. Please come." So I said, "Sure, I'll come." And then over the 3 day event, we learned, we implemented, we started seeing some results. And then at the end of the third day, there was the offer for enrolling in ICEx, and we did. We just said that at least here we'll get some knowledge, some process, uh, to take a leap. So we took that chance.
Okay. So how did it feel when you were going through the change?
I am still going through it. A lot of it, it doesn't feel that different from in the sense of still being lost, still figuring out. We're still very young in our start, but like I said, the process helps because if I was just praying and praying and like in trial, just trying random things, now I'm still trying random things, but it's within a frame. So if this doesn't work, I know, okay, this is the next thing I want to try. And I'm being better able to analyze why something is working or why something is not working because of some of the frameworks taught in the ICEx program,
You get
like
the hang.
messaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, like messaging or purple offer marketing, how to improve the offer and yeah, and coupled with other YouTubers content whom we follow, let's say Alex Hormozy is there, he talks about how to make a nice offer. There are others we've been following, Simon Sinek, and leaders in the industry in terms of how to establish your why, which is the first thing in my opinion to make a brand. The
Yes.
difference between a business and a brand is your why, which has also been influenced a lot actually to me by the person who joined and is helping me. She's also enrolled in the ICEx program. So that person had a lot to do with streamlining our process. So and ICEx, yeah. So the framework is what has changed for me. ICEx gave me a framework, and there's help every step of the way, technical or otherwise.
Yeah. Once you know the
So that's
framework,
been
you
good.
can do trial and error. And once you get to know like this is the one I need to do, the trial and error will
Yes.
make you like find out the perfect thing, perfect messaging, perfect thing so that you can grab more and more customer.
Yeah, or even in your trial and error, you think you have 10 ideas, then you shortlist. At least that time we were shortlisting without any, with just our gut feeling.
Yes.
Right now there's gut, but there's also some scientific backing, and you're tracking your data and you're analyzing, and you have help. So if you have 10 ideas now, ICEx gives you a business coach, you can run those ideas with them, and there is experience to help you.
Great. So what tools and templates were the best according to ICE? Like what was your aha moment when on the journey of completing the course?
So the mindset shift, firstly, stop making excuses and start figuring out with your resources what you can do. Firstly, this the biggest shift for me personally was my mindset. Second, when I come directly to the course, there were a few things like purple market offer, how to figure out the messaging part of it, whether it's script, video, or any which way. So your ad, your caption of your post, how do you find a tone and a voice that resonates with the target audience you want as clients? So that was the biggest game changer. So even on sales pitch, you know how to interact. So then the high ticket script, low ticket script that we learned on the KGMM first, but then in detail in the course, that helped a lot.
Okay. So what made you also charge high ticket and not earlier you were charging it?
So I guess high ticket is possible once you have established a bit of trust, and trust comes from, at least the way it came to me, is to give away more value for free or for less amount, so people start trusting you. And once you have trust established, then they value that offer a lot more, so you're able to charge a premium.
So this means you're saying that
Otherwise,
credibility is required. The more credible you are, the more trust you develop, you can easily
the
charge high ticket.
yeah, the more you give to your client uh, with goodwill, without actually with solving a problem that they're facing, firstly figuring that out and then just talking to them, slowly you'll understand. At least I understood that there are specific problems that our industry is facing. So once you start messaging around that, they feel that their problem is solved, so that the cost is, they're willing to pay a bit of an extra because nobody else is solving that cost problem for them, so
Yeah,
they're okay with the
it
cost.
says that the bigger the problem you are solving, the bigger is your paycheck.
Yeah, yeah, that too, that too. So
So
slowly still figuring out, and getting, I would say the lead quality has improved a lot. So it's become more fun also. It's not
yeah.
painful.
Yeah, because you are testing and trying.
I'm testing and trying, and even when I talk to people, even if they don't give me business directly, there's always a referral. There's some nice chat. I get referred to something. I learn more. So I'm passionate about it, and I'm always learning. So, and then that referral somewhere or the other, it works out
Yes.
somewhere.
So how can someone watching this video also charge high ticket?
I think just build trust, and I guess keep trying until you figure it out. Because I don't know, but I feel in business you just need that first crack, your first big deal. The snowball finally rolls, and then that momentum basically carries you to the clients you're trying to attract. So keep trying until the snowball, you find momentum.
Great.
So yeah.
Do you have a process to get customers? You are growing as well. So what are you working right now?
Right now, so our community on WhatsApp is growing. When they buy our ebook, they come onto the community. So private community is growing, and I want to nurture that community. So I'm in the engagement phase right now, while the other things are going on, where like ebook sales, etc. I'm trying to nurture my leads so that trust is built, so that I can land them as my tour participants or something. So I'm working on a live webinar series where every last Friday I call a guest who's doing interesting work in wildlife, and that is also my content game. The aim is after the webinar is recorded, we do b-roll and we try and put it on out on Instagram, YouTube shorts, so that again it acts as a, when people are searching, let's say, best birding spots in India, instead of them seeing a boring 10-minute vlog or reading a boring 10-minute blog or multiple blogs, they have at least a bite-sized idea in 30 seconds. So
Great.
that's something which I feel is helping or will help. The episodes are going okay. We're going to launch our fourth episode in September, last
Great.
27th, last Friday of September. With the YouTube shorts, we still, the editing is in process.
Great. Nice. So in our ICE community, we don't talk about the results you get as a business owner, but also the results you get as client. So what results they are getting right now? Your clients.
My clients. So my clients, we our ebook was exploring 6 wildlife destinations, but I myself have traveled to multiple destinations. So if they've purchased the ebook and when I call them or message them, I'm starting to learn they have other destinations that they want to visit. So that way we're adding value because we've traveled on a personal level. So we connect them with either our source, our network, or they connect us with someone from their network. So that way clients are benefiting again from trusting each other, uh, or just something they were looking at for a long time, which we made possible through our connect. It can be a resort that they were looking at but not managing to get through, or a particular forest in a particular season that they were not managing to get through or didn't know how to. Other trade secrets, which I don't want to disclose on this call, but yeah, small stuff like that. I think it's very little actually, because if you just get talking to your clients and you're with the intention of helping them out, then the sale happens as a process of the goodwill you've created. That's what I'm beginning to realize. And even if the sale doesn't happen, yeah, even if the sale doesn't happen, it's like someone came and told me, "Hey, look, man, I've just got into birding, and I'm looking at this camera. Do you know somebody there?" And that person was from Chennai. I've lived in Pondi, and I purchased my first camera from this one shop in Chennai, and I really liked the experience, so I sent him there. So
Okay.
he purchased his own camera and a gear from there, or took all the details that he needed. So that way we are using the network to build to help everyone.
Creating a network also.
Yeah, creating a
Networking.
network,
Yeah.
helping
The
solve a need. Yeah, and once, because when something like a camera issue is solved and the camera works well for them, they feel free to connect with us for whatever future needs. They may never become a client monetarily, but they'll refer people. And in the event that it happens, it's good. There's no harm that comes out of it.
So there are a lot of people on the internet claiming that they can help you get clients. How did ICE stand out for you?
Uh, ISIS stood out for me because honestly, the first program I tried, I didn't want to do a job. So all the people who were telling us to upskill or do something in the AI field or do something as Microsoft Excel or whatever, I was very clear that I don't want to do that, at least to work for somebody else. I'll do it if I need the skills. So when I saw ICEx, I thought that this is a process, and uh, it was within our budget at that point to do it. That's a big thing. and also it started working out. So I didn't have to look anywhere else so far.
Great. So there are a few people in your batch who want results like you. What is your advice to them?
I can give my own advice. It's like there are some days where it's frustrating when you think you've done really good work, but it doesn't work out. But I guess just keep trying, and until, like I said, you get that first break, and celebrate your small wins to feel confident about just it. Even your, like, my happiest day was still my first ebook sale, or
I
the first
can
client
understand
who,
that the first ebook sale.
yeah,
I
the
know
first ebook
when
sale.
you guys get the first client, just call me ki, I get my first client.
So when the first ebook sale happened, or when the first person from the funnel came to ebook 299 and eventually became a tour participant and now wants to come back again,
Wow.
so that's a big boost to your confidence, and in the sense that it gives you validation that, hey, you put out work there, that somebody is liked and paid you. The amount, I would say, doesn't matter in the beginning, but once you start building trust, it everything will compound.
Yeah, it gives you a
So
proof of concept that it's working.
I can't give advice to anyone, but in my case, I'm still trying a lot, and I'm just being positive. And yeah, when you taste your first success, it gives you an indication of what is working. So that first success ke liye, you do whatever it takes to get there. You don't give up until that. That I'll just say that. But keep trying, because you don't know that maybe 99 times you failed, or one time, the 100th time, if you give up, you'll never know if that 100th time was the time it worked out for you. But if that 100th time eventually works out for you, 99 will feel sweet.
Yes. So most people watching this video are not from ICEx. What was your recommendation to them?
Oh, you have to trust someone. Either you trust someone and take a bet on yourself. If you have time, you consume free content on YouTube, but you won't have a process. I think if you find something that works for you, great. But I think the process, you need help, professional help, for someone who's done it across industries and all. So yeah, I think ICEx helps in that way too. Especially the EMI option is also there. So if you're a salaried employee and cannot put in whatever they're charging, if you can use the EMI option and it falls within your budget, you can try. Because regardless of whether it works out or no, you would have learned a skill which should work out. So at least knowledge, you're paying for that knowledge. If nothing monetary, you don't get the returns, at least that knowledge is, I would say, worth it for what they're charging. Because once you learn those skills, you can employ it for yourself, for somebody you are helping out, for your even if you're an employee, you would learn something. So no matter who you are, there are things that you can do from the program, but mainly, yeah, just I think the two things from my experience that I would say is just mindset shift, because I'm young, and the second thing is just, yeah, the frameworks.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Aditya, for your word of wisdoms. This was really, really valuable. We would love to see you creating more records, helping more people with your community, with your work, and building an empire of crores and crores. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I just if you found value from here, please do follow. And if you are a wildlife enthusiast, please follow us on Instagram. It would mean a lot.
Sure, we will be
Our
sharing his
ID
link in
is,
the
yeah,
description also.
yeah.
Great.
Thank you so much and
Thank
good luck.
अगर ये इस टाइप की वीडियो पसंद है तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब मत करो. Click on my channel, see all the videos. If you feel like there are videos which can actually help you, then so click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for the notifications.